Hi, welcome. This is teacher Wendy Cermeño, and today we are gonna be teaching this class together with my classmates Reina Torres and Diana Vides. Okay, thank you, girls. So now, what we are gonna start doing is we are gonna start doing the warm up, and for the warm up, I have bring to you some interesting questions. For example, first question says, what if you were a superhero and who would you like to be? What superpower would you like to have? What if you became famous overnight? If you had to choose between money and happiness, what would you choose? Okay, so what we need to do is just answer the questions. And Tiana, would you like to answer question number one?
Yes, of course. If I were a superhero, I would like to be Spider-Man because it's my favorite superhero. And if I had a superpower, I would like to have um, the power to go back in time.
Okay, okay, perfect. What could be an example of what would you like to do if you could go back to the past?
Maybe change some things that I did in the past, and maybe meet people that I haven't met in a while, maybe.
Oh, okay, okay. That's really great. I think that I would also choose that superpower. That's really interesting. And what about you? What about you, Reina? What if you became famous overnight?
If I became famous overnight, I will feel very, very happy because everyone can knows me. And another thing that I will say, that is something, I don't know, complicated, because I will be stressed because I will not have privacy at the same time, I think.
Oh, yes, that's really right. I think that famous people are under stress all the time. But tell
Yeah.
me, which person would you like to be? Which famous would you like to be?
Um, I don't know, because I don't have a favorite famous, but I would like to be a singer like Adele.
Oh,
I
Adele.
I love her, yes. And I don't know, I would like to be her, like
Oh,
her.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Adele is a really good singer. I do also love her songs, honestly. Okay, thank you. Thank you for participating, guys. And last question. Could you, Diana, answer the third question again? If you had to choose between money and happiness, what would you choose?
Of course, if I had to choose, I will choose happiness because I think that you can have everything, but if you aren't happy, then you don't have anything. For example, like you were saying, even if you're famous and have a lot of money, you live with a lot of pressure all the time and a lot of people following you. So I think that it's better to be happy than to have a lot of money.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Me personally, I think that I would rather to have money because I think that money sometimes can buy happiness. So me personally, okay? Don't judge me. And what about you? What about you, Reina?
In my case, if I had to choose between money and happiness, I will choose happiness, definitely, because I think that is the most important in the life.
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay, girls, thank you very much for answering. You did a really good job. And perfect. So now, um, since you have seen what's the questions now, since you have seen and answer what the questions are about, let me then introduce today's topic, and it is what if and the second conditional. Okay, so here are some meaning of what is about what if about the topic. I'm sorry. So what if is an informal expression who means to ask the consequences of something happening or to imagine what might happen. Is used to ask about something that could happen in the future. For example, as the previous question we asked, we were just imagining that could happen, but we sometimes we know that would be impossible. For example, having a super power. No, we know that is possible. So then let me also share some examples on how we can use what if in the second conditional. For example, we can use in when we are speculating things about hypothetical situations, like what would you do if? What would you do if the world ended tomorrow? And then the answer would be if I were, well, we can sometimes answer no. If I were you, I would do this, I would that, and so on. Then we can also use it in solving real life problems with imaginary solutions. If we ask, what would you do if you missed your flight? So if I missed my flight, I would buy another ticket. So we are finding an imaginary solution, even though that it will cost us more money, but we already have in mind what we are going to do now if our flight would be important. And also we can use it to giving advice and making polite suggestions in hypothetical context using the conditionals, no? Like the example would be, I don't like her job. What would you do if you were me? So you are asking for a suggestion. You can answer, if I were you, I would tell her the truth, right? And then we can also well now here will be the instructions, the what if instructions. um First we use the what if plus subjects plus past simple, I'm sorry, and plus complement, and obviously plus question mark since that is a question, no? And then the second option will be using a what plus would plus subject plus do or happen plus if plus subject plus past simple and plus a complement and the plus question mark. So I know that it can be a little bit tricky and a little bit confusing, but with some practice you will be able to handle it. Okay, no worry. So let's start with the first structure. The first structure we can set it up as the first is sentence, the first example that it says, "What if you could fly?" What if is the the structure, part of the structure, and then you use the subject that is you, then the past simple could, and fly, that would be the complement. Okay. The second example is also like the same. It says, what if you had a superpower? Then what if we lived on the moon? As we can see, all of them are hypothetical situations. Then for the second structure, um, The first example sentence is, what would you do if you were the president? What would you what would happen if the world got destroyed? What would you do if you were rich? Again, as you can see, all of them are hypothetical situations, or some of them could be true, but we don't know. So, again, practice make perfect, and in a little bit later we are gonna be able to practice. Okay, so no worry. Um, do you have any questions so far, guys?
No, teacher.
Okay,
No,
perfect.
teacher.
Is everything clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Perfect. Thank you. And okay, so now let's move on to the second conditional structure. The second condition, I'm sorry, is used to talk about imaginary or unlikely situations and their consequences. Here is the structure. We use if the conditional f plus subject plus simple past plus would plus base for verb and plus complements. As we can see on this structure, we use a comma when we are ending the first sentence. Okay, so that would be also one of the important things that you will need to remember. Um, and memorize about this structure, okay? And then here will be one example. If I had enough money, I'm sorry, if I have enough time, I would arrive on time. If you weren't my sister, I would ask you to pay me my money. Okay, as you can see, as it says, both are imaginary or unlikely situations. And for answering, we can also just change from the first part of the sentences to the it like bad works. For example, if I ask you if I had enough time, well, the question maybe would be a structure with an WH question, no? But that would be discussed later. I don't want you get more confused. I'm so sorry for that. And okay, that would be part of the information about today's topic. So now we are gonna start practicing, and for that, I'm gonna let um, my classmate Reina to continue.
Okay, guys. Now we will practice this topic that we talked before, right? The objective is practice the oral use of the second conditional to solve imaginary problems and speculate about hypothetical situations and give imaginary advice. So we will practice and we will play, right? Um, we will play the trivia game. So we will start in this game, and the rules of the game is read and respond, and use proper structure. And once the question is asked, you have 30 seconds to give your answer and be respectful and speak clearly, right? And each correct answer gets one point. So we will start with this question, and the first of all is creative speculation, as we talked before, right? So we will practice in this question one. What will happen if animals could talk? You can answer whatever of you.
I think that if animals could talk, they will be telling us to feed them all the time.
Yeah. Or they can say the feelings, right? And you win at 1 point. And the second one, what will happen if the internet disappeared?
Oh, that's a good one. I think that if the internet disappeared, wow, it would be really crazy because people
Um,
who work from home wouldn't be able to continue working like me. So that would be
or
a really bad idea.
yes, it would be a bad idea. And another thing, we wouldn't can learning or studying in online, right?
Oh, yes.
And you win up 1 point. And the third one is what would happen if there is snow in El Salvador?
If it snowed in El Salvador, I think that a lot of people will make businesses about it because that's how Salvadorians are, right? Business people.
Or maybe people will be surprised, I don't know, or excited, maybe, right?
Yes, I would be. I would be really surprised such a thing happen
But
in our country.
we are not prepared for that. We don't have clothes, like
Oh,
special clothes for that.
Neither the house, we don't have the
right.
calefacción, maybe. But do you remember when and snow a little bit, but snow in Chalatenango?
I remember that it was like uh 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I remember that I saw it on TikTok.
Oh, it was so cold. Maybe we can get sick, right?
Yes.
Because we don't be prepared. And the round two, giving advice in hypothetical context. So the first one is, what would you do if you didn't like your job?
Um, well, I can answer that question. If I didn't like my job, I would find another one that I may like, but sometimes in our country we know that even though we don't like
Yeah,
our job,
it's
we
difficult.
have to work because if we don't, we cannot survive.
Yeah, because it's difficult to find a good job, and that you like.
Yes.
And the another you win a point, Wendy. And what would you do if your phone got stolen?
In my case, if my phone got stolen, I maybe the first thing that I would do is to close and change um all my
Account.
I yes, I all my account information.
Yeah.
Uh and maybe report it or search for if someone had security cameras to see who it was.
Yes, perfect. Yes, it's important, right? And the another one, solving imaginary problems. And what would you do if you found a time machine?
If I found a time machine, I will definitely, as Diana answered before, I will definitely try to go to the past
Yeah.
and yes, and see my dead relatives for one more time, and maybe to change things that I could change now, and it would be that would be great.
Yes, it would be great. And in my case, I will go in the past when I was a child and play something like that, right? It would be nice. You want a point, and the another one is what would you do if you could talk to animals?
Um, that's a question that I have never made to myself, but if I could talk to animals, um, maybe I would tell them that I love them because I don't know if they know that we love them or if they feel. So I will tell them just for them to really know what I feel for them.
Excellent. And in my case, I will ask how they feel, maybe how they feel my dog. How do you feel my dog? It would be nice, but it's impossible. And now you will win 3 points, and but you have to create your own question.
Mm.
I will give you 1 minute for create your own question.
I have it now.
Okay, can you share with us?
Okay. Um, do I ask Wendy or you?
No, whatever
Okay.
you
Uh,
want.
what if you had enough money to buy whatever you want? What would you buy?
Oh, okay. If I had enough money to buy the things I like, I guess I would, well, first I would buy a big house and with a beautiful car. And also I would buy a lot of clothes for me and my
or
family. Oh,
or
and yeah. Yes, and I would also like to buy dog food and go to the street, give it to the dogs, to the street dogs. That would be.
yeah, excellent answer and excellent question, Diana. And what do you have your question, Wendy?
Yeah, yes. And my question is, what if dinosaurs were still alive?
If dinosaurs were still alive, I wouldn't go out of my house. Or maybe I wouldn't have even a house, right? Because they will
Like,
have destroyed it.
yeah,
Okay.
it would be impossible, right? And excellent. You did a great job, guys. So both are the winner in this game because you did very, very good. And it's like this that we practice, right? and we can practice every day this topic, and we will understand all of this, right? And maybe sometimes it can be confused, but don't worry, it's normal, right?
Okay, girls, so now we are going to start with the production part of this class. And for this, I prepared a game called the Disaster Jar. I'm going to show it to you. So, as you can see, this is a jar of honey jar. So, um, this is going to be about the topic that we have seen this whole class, that is what if. And in this game, we are going to find solutions for different prompts that I'm going to show to you. So these are the instructions. First, you are going to look at the screen and you will see 15 numbered bees. And I'm going to go in alphabetical order. In this case, I'm going to call Wendy, and then I'm going to alternate between you two, Wendy, Reina, and like that, because we are just two students. And when the teacher calls your, no your name, you are going to choose a B. Then the teacher will show you the disaster that matches your B. You're going to read your what if situation aloud, and you are going to give your answer using the second conditional and the vocabulary we learned in class. And you can use the structure that we learned in the presentation. And from time to time, I'm going to ask the other student that is free to give other solution, or maybe say if they agree with your solution. So let's start. And um, Reina, could you start and choose a number, please?
This the number 7.
Okay. So, Reina, could you read, please, your question, please?
Yeah, I will. What would you do if you forgot your best friend's birthday? Well, if I forgot my the best friend's birthday, I will say sorry and try to make an special, and then another day an special party maybe, because I forgot.
Okay. So, Wendy, could you please choose a number, please?
Yes, I choose number 15.
15. Okay. So, could you read your question, please?
Yes. What if you saw someone take something that didn't belong to them? Okay, if I saw someone that is taking someone else's belongings, I guess that I don't know what I would do honestly, because I think that I'm a little bit shy, and I wouldn't have the like uh the the courage to tell them that they are doing a bad thing. Maybe I just, if someone is looking for that object, that item, I will let them know I saw this person take it. But just if they are looking for it, and if they ask me if I have seen that object. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Wendy. So now, um, Reina, could you please choose another number?
The number 5.
Okay, please read your question.
Okay. And what would you do if your pet ate your homework? And if my pet ate my homework, I will tell my teacher the truth, right? And maybe I can show him the evidence that the dog ate my homework.
And now, could you please choose a number?
Yes, number 14.
13. Okay. Okay. So Wendy, what would happen if you were the only one not invited to a party?
Hmm. If I were the only one not invited to a party, I would be happy, honestly, because I wouldn't have to I wouldn't have to spend my money to buy the gift for that party. So I wouldn't mind, honestly.
So now, Reina, could you please choose a number again?
Um, number six.
6?
Six. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Six.
okay. So what if you got stuck in an elevator?
Well, if I got stuck in an elevator, maybe I will stay calm and don't worry and don't feel me worried about it and be calm. Maybe be calm and I can I can call to someone that can help me that could help me maybe.
Okay, thank you. I honestly will cry. Wendy, could you please choose another number?
Yes, number 1.
Number 1, okay. Uh, okay, Wendy, could you read this question, please?
What if you accidentally liked your ex photo from 2 years ago? If I accidentally liked my ex boyfriend's photo, I would try to dislike it immediately. And if he asked me why I have liked his photo, I would tell him that I was an error. It was an error.
Okay, and Reina, could you please choose a number?
Mm, the number three.
3. Great. So could you please read your question?
And what would you do if you spilled juice on your friend's laptop? Oh,
Okay.
and if I spill juice on my friend's laptop, maybe I will say, the first of all, I will say sorry. And then I would like to try to fix it, or maybe giving money for that she can fix, maybe.
Okay, thank you. Reina, sorry, Wendy, could you please now choose another number?
Yes, number 2.
Okay. Okay, so what if you missed the final exam because you overslept? What would you do?
If I missed the exam because I overslept, mm, I think that I wouldn't do anything because there is not an excuse, no, saying that I was sleeping. and and I think that also my tutor or my teacher wouldn't believe me or wouldn't do anything for me because of that.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. And now, Reina, could you please choose a number again?
The number 9.
9, okay. So, Reina, what would happen if someone posted an embarrassing video of you online? What would you do?
Mm, if someone posts an embarrassing video of me on online, maybe I would like to say that that person that can delete this video.
Okay, thank you. So, Wendy, could you please choose another number, please?
Yes, number 12.
12. Okay. So, Wendy, what would you do if you got locked out of your house with no phone?
Okay, yes, I think that I would go to my brother's house. I would go to visit my brother's partner, and I would try so hard to be there until my mom or someone else come back to home.
Okay, thank you. And Reina, could you please choose another number?
The number 8.
Okay. So, could you please read your question, please?
What if your internet stopped working during an important exam? Well, if the internet stopped working during an important exam, I would tell my family that they can give me internet, maybe, or maybe they can help me.
Thank you. That's one of my biggest fears when I am doing an exam from the university.
Yeah.
So, Wendy, could you please choose a number?
Number 11.
Okay. Could you please read your question?
What if you woke up and realized it was the day of your final exam and you forgot to study? Um, well, yeah, if I woke up and realized it was the day that I forgot to take the exam, the final exam that day, I would maybe try to study for maybe 5 minutes and then try to do the exam with the rest of the time I would have.
Okay, so Reina, could you please choose another number?
The number 4.
Okay. So, Reina, what would you do if your shoe broke while you were going somewhere?
Well, I I will try to fix or maybe I can walk slowly. Actually, it happened to me one day.
Yes, I think that this is something that have happened
it,
to
it's
us.
so embarrassing.
And Wendy, could you please choose your last number?
Number 13.
Okay, Wendy, what if you lost your wallet and you don't know where?
Mm. If I lost my wallet and I don't know where, I would look everywhere. Well, in my house, I would look every area, every spot until find it. Most if I have money in it, I would need it. But if I have lost it in the street or forgotten in a place, just I would just forget it.
And this is the last BN. It's your turn, Reina. So let's see what's the last question. Could you read it, please?
What would you do if you accidentally send a message to the wrong person? To the wrong person. Um, I I would like to tell him that is a mistake, maybe that is a mistake, and
Yes,
maybe I'm sorry.
yes, you are right. And this is something very common that has happened to all of
Yes.
us, right?
Yes.
So, girls, this was all that I had prepared for the production part of this class. Thank you very much for your participation. And I leave the last part, which is the wrap up, to Reina.
Okay, girls, and this is the final stage that is wrap up, and we will make a quiz. So the instructions are you will choose the answer you think is correct. Then be ready to explain why you chose that option and try to speak clearly and use vocabulary from the lesson that we talked before, right? So, okay, figures. And now we will start with the quiz, and you have to tell me which word is the correct, right? And the first one is, what would you do if you found a wallet on the street? What do you think that is the correct answer? Letter A, B, or C or D?
Letter A.
Do you think that is letter A? Yes, the correct thing that we can do is try to return it to the owner. But if not, well, you can take the money. And yeah, yeah, it's correct. And if you were invisible for one day, what would you do? Letter A, B, C, or D?
Letter A, I will explore places without being seen.
Yes, it's correct. It's correct. And the another one is, what would happen if you won the lottery?
Mm,
Letter B.
Yeah, it's correct. And if you could change one school rule, what would you change?
Letter C.
You will make classes longer?
Why
Yeah,
would you do that?
Why?
it wouldn't be necessary, I think that I would do it.
Really? Okay. And what do you think, Diana? What about
I,
you?
I might uh, allow phones in class.
Okay.
Letter A.
Letter A. Okay. We will see. Yes, it's correct, but both are correct, right? If you had a robot to help you, what would you ask it to do?
Letter B.
Letter B.
Okay. Yeah, it's correct. And what would you do if your favorite band came to your house?
Letter C.
Yes, letter C.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah. And what would you do if your internet cut off during a test? Letter A, B, or D?
Maybe I will reconnect and explain to the teacher.
Yes, it's correct. If your team didn't help you with a group project, what would you do in this case? Letter A, B, C, or D?
Maybe letter C or D. I don't know.
But why do you think that is letter C?
Well, because to leave a group and do my own part, maybe I need to talk to the teacher first.
Yes, it's correct, right? Yes, it's correct. You did an excellent job, guys. Okay, guys, you did a great job today. So this was the last stage. And thank you for being here in this class. Thank you for your pay attention, and see you in the next class. Take
Bye.
care.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.